Welcome everyone to Future Fit. This is a program designed to help you just prepare for your future. I really know. I don't want to say I believe. I know that you have an amazing future ahead of you, and what we want to do is help in whatever way we can to prepare you for that amazing future. I think the better prepared we are, the more likely we're able to, one, face the challenges, because there will be challenges, but also or make the most of the opportunities, because there will be challenges, but there will be opportunities also. So we want to prepare for both. We want to prepare for challenges and we want to prepare for opportunities. And that's what Future Fit is about. And it's about your whole life. If you're in business, it's about your business, it's about your career, it's about your whole life, because I really believe that we are supposed to live life to the full. So that's what we hope to do. I'm glad you're here with me today. Today, I've got something really, really important that I would like to share with us. By the way, how are you doing? How are you doing? Let me know how you're doing. I would really like to know how you're doing. Where I am, it's quite warm, so it's lovely. The sun is out, so that's really good. I went for a run this morning. I try to go on a run at least once a week. So I try and do it every Saturday morning, and I managed to get it done today. So I'm really, really happy about that. I don't do it every week, but I do try and do it every week. So I managed to get it done today. So I'm really excited about that. I'm happy. I'm feeling great. Hope you're feeling great. Let me know how you are doing. Let me know how you're feeling. But today I've got a really special guest, as usual, that's going to come and share just a little bit of his story with us. And I know you will really be inspired. You will really be inspired by it. But before I bring him on, I do have something I'd like to share with us. It, let me ask you this question. How many of you love stories? How many of you love stories? I know we all do. I mean, Facebook, Instagram, they all encourage us to share our stories. And like I just said to you, our guest today is going to be sharing a little bit of his story with us as well. So we all love stories. Stories are powerful because they're, especially when they're real life stories, they're really powerful because we can connect with them. We can connect with them. But I want to ask you a question about your own story, the story of your life. How happy are you with the story of your life? If you look back, how many years you've been on the face of this earth, 20, 30, 50, 60 perhaps, just looking back, how would you say you're doing with your story? Are you excited? If somebody was to tell your story today, would you be excited about it? Is it something that really gives you great joy when you think about your story? That's what I want to talk to us about today. You see, because we all have a life story to tell. We all have a story to tell. And the way we live our lives will determine how that story goes. It's absolutely within our power to determine how that story goes. How about that? Just imagine you're in a movie and you are the hero of that movie. You can determine what, not only are you the hero, you're actually the writer and you're the producer. You determine what happens in that story. Wouldn't that be great? It's so empowering, isn't it? Well, that's exactly how it is with our life stories. But what I've come to realize is most people don't live their lives as if they are the storyteller. They live their lives as if somebody else is telling their story. And today I really want us to think about that. Just think about the fact that your story is in your hands. You've got the pen and you can write whatever you want. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just think about the story you would write if I said to you, write whatever you want to write about your life story. What would that be? What would it look like? What would it feel like? Because it's not far-fetched. I am a firm believer that we are not supposed to just live by chance. The law of all laws, as Emerson called it, is the law of cause and effect. We all know that for every cause, there's an effect. But for a lot of people, they live life on the effect side. Instead of being causative, they are reactive. And today, what I want to encourage you to do, it's a really simple key. It's really, really simple what I'm going to share with you today. But guess what? Life is simple. the most important, the most powerful things in life are actually very simple, very, very simple, so simple that they could very, very easily be missed. But I want us to begin to really look at our lives and think, are we being causative or are we being reactive? Do we take charge of our lives, or do we just let it happen? So I'm talking about living a life of significance, and I said we all can live a life of significance. So what is the key? Before I share the key and my thoughts with you, if you haven't shared this video already, I'll encourage you to do so. To do so, that would really be great, because I think that anyone who watches this video is really going to be encouraged by it, and they're really going to get a lot of value from it. So I want to encourage you to share the video. So the first thing I want to say about living a life of significance is, like I said, very simple. It's intentionality. Intentionality. So being intentional in the way we live our lives. See, every day, I want you to see every day of your life as a blank page. Just think about the most interesting novel you ever read, or the most interesting book you ever read. Until whatever was written, it was a blank page. But the author of that book knew the message he wanted to convey, knew what he wanted to deliver. And on the basis of that, they wrote the book. They probably already even knew the end. If it was a fictional novel, they knew the end before they even started writing. And so they started with the end in mind. They crafted it, they put all the suspense, they put everything in it that would keep you intrigued to want to read it to the end, but they knew, they were intentional about it. And our lives are no different. Every single day is a blank page. It's a blank page for us to write whatever we want to write on that page. So I want you to really begin to be intentional in how you live your life, to take center stage. Have you ever watched movies and somebody says to you, oh, I was in that movie, and you watch the movie and you have to look, you have to really be attentive, or you might just miss where they appeared because they were just an extra. Unfortunately, a lot of people are living their lives like they're extras in their own movie, when they're supposed to be taking center stage, when they're supposed to be the hero of the movie. And I don't know the reason why. I think sometimes maybe we feel like it's out of our control, like life happens, as we say. So life happens, it's out of our control. We just have to make do with what we have. But that is so not true. That is so not true. And that is what I want to really encourage you about today, to understand that your life is in your hands. Your life is in your hand. I believe that we can co-create our lives. I believe in a maker that created us, and I believe we can co-create our lives. We can create our lives with our words, with our actions, with our thoughts. We can absolutely create our lives. We can do that. So that's the first thing I want you to determine from today. You say we cannot go back. Sometimes I think I'm 50 something. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm 50 something. And sometimes I say to myself, gosh, where did all the years go? Wow, how I wish I knew this or that or the other, years ago or whatever. But you know what? I can't go back and change anything that's happened in my past. But every single one of us, from this very moment, we don't even have to wait till tomorrow. From this very moment, we all can begin to create the future that we want. We can't change the past, but we can change the future. We can affect the future. And that's what I want you to begin to do intentionally. What would you want people to say about you when you're gone, when you're no longer on the face of this earth? This is the time to begin to live intentionally. Remember, I said, start with the end in mind. So let's begin to live intentionally. And when I talk about live intentionally, I'm talking about your whole life, not just one aspect of it, because sometimes we can be good in one aspect of our life. We can be good in, say, our career or our business, and then we're falling short in our family. Our home is in tatters, or we could be really good at home, but our business is not really thriving. I want you to set goals. I want you to think about your life. I mean, there are 5 areas that I think of when I think about my life and I'm assessing my life. I think about my finances. I think about my family and friends. I think about fitness and health. I think about my field, so my career, but I also think about my faith. Those are 5 areas I assess myself in to see how well I'm doing. And I want you to do that. And then begin to be intentional in every one of those areas. What do you really want them to look like? So that's the first thing I want to say to you. Be intentional. Number 2, play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. Now, if you have kids, you will identify with this, okay? So your kids come back from school, they bring their report card or whatever, and they have an A in arts, they have an A in literature, and they have a D in maths. What do? We go get them a maths tutor, don't we? If you agree with me, just type in yes in the comment box. We go get them a maths tutor because we're thinking, what happened with maths? Come on, what happened with maths? And we kind of just ignore the fact that that child got an A in arts and they got an A in English literature. So instead of playing to their strengths, we're playing to their weakness. For some of us, we would even be happier if they got maybe B's or C's in all of their subjects. So it's like they're average. Ouch. Don't you just hate that word? We don't want to be average. We don't want our kids to be average. So instead of playing to their weaknesses and trying to take that up at the detriment of their strength going down, play to your strengths. Identify what your strengths are. Speak to your friends, speak to your family members. Identify what your strengths are. Identify what you're passionate about. Identify those that you're supposed to serve. And I tell you, you found your sweet spot. When you're able to marry those 3, your strengths with your passion, and you've married with those you're supposed to serve, you found your sweet spot and you're definitely on your way to achieving significance. So play to your strengths, okay? Don't worry too much about those things you're not good at. There are other people who are good at those things. That's why we all fit into a puzzle, you know? That's why we all can't do everything. We all just want to do our bit. It doesn't mean you're going to be the best in the world, but at the very least, you can be the best you that you can be. So play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. So we're talking about achieving living a life of significance, and we've said live your life intentionally. We said play to your strengths. Number 3, think big. Think big. You know, it's the same muscle you use to think small that you use to think big. Les Brown says a lot of people don't achieve their goals in life, not because they aim too high and miss it, but because they aim too low and hit it. So think big. We're talking about significance. So put significance right bang in your story. Put significance right bang in your story. Thanks, Lauren. I really appreciate you for that. Thank you very much. Put significance in your story. Don't just say, oh, I will just get by. Don't just say, this is the hand life has dealt me, so I'll just get by with it. I'll do the best I can with it. No, intentionally put significance in your story. And significance doesn't have to be global. Trust me, I know we live in a world wide web. Significance doesn't have to be global. Like I said, find your strengths, find your passion, find those that you are called to serve. Every one of us has a voice. Every one of us has people that need to hear our voice. Find the people you're supposed to serve and begin to serve them. And you will be significant. So think big. Don't be afraid of failure. Some of us are afraid of failure. That's why we don't think big. Don't be afraid of failure. Instead, be afraid of regret. Be afraid of regret. Those who never take steps and think big and want to do anything significant are the ones who are in their dying beds. They're going to be wishing, oh, I wish I could do it all over again. So don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of regret. Life is supposed to be lived. It's supposed to be experienced. It's an experiment. Just go with it. Go with it. Yeah, don't just get by, get ahead. Enjoy the adventure, enjoy the experience. You know, I wasn't always like this. I was that person that would cry over spilled milk long after the milk was dry. But I've come to realize it's a process. Enjoy the process. If you fail, you pick yourself up. You've learned something, you carry on. Enjoy the whole process. The failure is not just a significant part, it's an absolutely crucial part to your success. You cannot succeed if you don't fail. Trust me. Go read any biography of anybody who's done anything of significance. They failed. So don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of regret. Now, I need to bring our guest in shortly, but one more thought for you. Take action. take action. I wish I could leave this one out. You see, we're very good at studying. Some of us, we're studying, we're getting the information, we love it, we love personal growth, we love personal development. But until you take action, nothing is going to change. Understanding information will change your heart, will change your mind, but what's going to change your life are the actions that you take. So take action, get out of your comfort zone, do something, do something. It's not enough to just want to, you know. Good intentions are not enough. We're talking about being intentional, but good intentions are not enough. And gosh, so many people have good intentions. If everybody followed through on their good intentions, this world would just be such an amazing place to live in. We all have good intentions, but we don't follow through. I want you to follow through. I want you to begin to take steps, even if it's baby steps. Just begin to take action on the things you've learned. And don't wait to be great. Some of us, that's what we're waiting for. Oh, I'm not good enough. You know what? You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. How about that? So stop thinking you're not good enough, I'm not enough. You're comparing yourself with a person who is maybe 10 years ahead of you, and you're thinking, oh, I can't really say that, or I can't really do that, oh, I can't. No, just start, just start. Just take that step and start. So stop shooting on yourself. Oh, I should. Anybody been there, done that, bought the t-shirt? Any of you that do that? Oh, I should. If you know you should, then do it. Stop shooting. Just do it. And the other word I want to talk about is try. You know, when we say I'll try, we in our minds think it's a good thing, but it's not enough to just try. Trust me. Because when you think about that word try, it actually is full of excuses already. It gives you a back door already. Because when you say you'll try, what you're saying is, I'll do the best I can. If it works, fine. If it doesn't, at least I've tried. So don't try, please, just do it. There's a big significant shift in your mental attitude when you say, I'm going to do such and such, as opposed to I'm going to try. You know, if you agree with me, just say I agree. Type in I agree in the comment box. You know, there's a big shift. Because when you say I am going to, already there's resolve there. Already it's like, whatever it takes, I'm going to get it done. If I come against a stumbling block, I'm going to break through, I'm going to go under, I'm going to go above it. Somehow I'm going to get over that stumbling block. But when you say I'll try, it's like, okay, I'll do the best I can, but it might not be good enough. And if it's not good enough, well, don't crucify me. At least I tried. So I don't get rid of all the excuses, get rid of all the shoulda, get rid of I'll try. Just say I'll do it and just go for it. So those are my Future Fit thoughts for you today. I hope that's helped you. I really hope that's helped you. What I want you to do now is to really just, because I love action. I talk, but I love to take action because, like I said, it's the action that brings change. John Maxwell said, the secret of your success is found in your daily agenda, what you do every day. If you're going to change your life, you have to change the way you think, but you also have to change your habits, what you do. So I want you to just really take some time and just look at your life. Look at every aspect of your life. Like I said, faith, finances, family and friends, fitness and health, and your field, your career, your business, and just look at every area and say, am I really happy? If you're not, then I want to encourage you not to settle. You don't have to settle for what you have. You can have more, you can be more, you can do more. So write down the areas that you're not happy with and write down what you would actually want it to really look like. Let's start from there. Let's get a clear picture of where we want to be in those areas of our lives. Write down where I want to go, where I want to be, right? And then we can begin to look at how we achieve it. Because if you don't have a goal, you will not get anywhere. If you don't have something you're aiming for, you're not going to hit it. So let's get something we're aiming for in the first place. So like I said, every single one of us can live a life of significance. I really, really hope that's helped.